Hello friends, good evening. I'm Dr. Tahir and today I'm going to make and hopefully inspire you to follow in my footsteps an Indian version of mushrooms that can be eaten with chapati, roti or rice. I was inspired to make this recipe by watching several videos of what is called gucci masala. Now, for those who are not initiated into this, gucci is the morel mushrooms that come from the northern parts of India, from regions like Jammu and Kashmir. What I'm going to use here is the humble British mushrooms. I've sourced them from a department store and I can assure you that they are equally tasty and they are organic as well. I've already made the preparations for all the ingredients. So welcome to my kitchen, and if you have not already done so, kindly subscribe to my channel and press on the bell icon to be notified when new videos are put up. So we will begin this by first showing you all the ingredients. That is pure ghee, or what is called pure butter ghee. The oil that I'm going to use is rice bran oil, which is pretty healthy and has many nutritional benefits. These are the locally sourced organic mushrooms. That is a paste that I made from 2 onions and 8 cloves of garlic and a 2-inch piece of ginger. Well, a 1-inch piece of ginger, I should say. That is tomato paste made from about 2 large tomatoes. Those are all the powdered masalas, the ones that we typically use in the Indian kitchen. In the back row are the garam masala, the cumin powder and the coriander powder, and in the front row is red chili powder, turmeric and whole cumins. Finally, in this small plate you can see some diced green chilies and salt. So these are the ingredients that we are going to use, and I hope you enjoy the actual cook. We'll begin the actual cook by turning the gas on high and pouring some rice bran oil into the pot. I'm taking approximately 2 tablespoons of rice bran oil, and this should be sufficient for the entire cook. We will let this oil get nice and boiling hot. We are going to add a few whole spices, and I've chosen to add 1 bay leaf, 1 stick of cinnamon, 4 to 5 peppercorns and about 2 or 3 cloves to the initial tempering. The oil is now hot enough, and we will start the preparation by first putting in the whole spices. As I said earlier, I'm going to add 1 bay leaf, 1 stick of cinnamon, about 5 to 6 peppercorns and 2 to 3 pieces of clove. I've turned the flame on medium, and the first thing I'm going to add to this is the mix of onion, garlic and ginger, which I have blended in a blender, a proper mixer grinder I should say. And we will now cook this for about 2 minutes. I'm going to turn the flame on high again, as this needs to cook a little fast. Okay, so it's about 2 to 3 minutes since we started the cook, and you can see now that the onion mixture is turning slightly brown in color as it is getting nicely roasted in the oil on high flame. We will now add the tomato paste to this, and we will let it cook for a further 4 to 5 minutes till the tomatoes are properly cooked and the oil leaves the paste. A very useful thing to do while we are cooking these things is to keep stirring the mix so that nothing sticks to the bottom. Remember, I'm using a stainless steel container, cooking vessel, and things can get stuck to them if you don't keep stirring regularly. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes since the mixture of the onions, etc., and the tomatoes has been cooking. The oil is just beginning to separate, but at this point I'm going to add green chilies. I've got about 2 diced green chilies, and I will add the powdered spices except for the garam masala. So we'll put, before the powdered spices, we'll put some cumin, taken about 1 teaspoon of cumin, about half to 3/4 of a spoon of the turmeric, about half spoon of the red chili, about 1 teaspoon of the coriander powder, half teaspoon to a little less than half teaspoon of cumin powder, and the salt that I've got here. So all the powdered spices and the condiments have now gone in except for the garam masala, and we will now cook all these together into the same mix that we have been stirring for the last about 7 to 8 minutes. Each of these spices and condiments has a different function. Most of it are good for human health, and obviously they impart not just taste and color but also nutritional and health benefits when we use them regularly. As you can see, the mixture is taking on a very nice color as it cooks. We pick up the cook in about 13 to 14 minutes. You can see that the mix is nicely homogenized and cooking with all the condiments and powdered stuff added in. I've reduced the flame to about, well, it's not a flame, it's a induction heat from its maximum of 6 to about 3. The noise that you can hear in the background is the chimney, which is doing its work of removing the smoke. As you can see, the constant stirring has prevented any of the stuff from sticking to the bottom, and this is very important while cooking dishes in the correct way in stainless steel containers like this saucepan. I'm just waiting for the oil to separate, and then we'll continue with the final few ingredients and the final cook. Thank you for watching so far. Okay, so now the oil has started separating, and I can see now that all the spices and everything has roasted and cooked very nicely, and the smell that is rising from the mix is quite flavorsome. At this point, I'm going to add my bowl full of mushrooms into this mix, and then continue to stir the whole thing together so that the mushrooms get coated by our spices very nicely all over. And we will continue to stir this mix for about 3 or 4 more minutes till the mushrooms have mixed very nicely. And you can see that they are now quite nicely mixed into the mixture. It has been cooking now for about 3 to 4 minutes. I'm now going to add water. I've added about 120 ml of water, for about 4 ounces. And now I will allow this to cook for about 10 to 15 minutes on a slightly reduced flame with a plastic with a proper cover on this saucepan. And at this point I can turn off my chimney so the blessed noise is gone. Towards the end, the remaining ingredients are pure ghee and the garam masala, and I'm going to add them at about 5 to 6 minutes of this cook. Okay, so this has been cooking for about 6 to 7 minutes, and I'm going to add my garam masala and some pure ghee. Almost every recipe that I've seen on the net making gucci advises to add some pure ghee. So we're going to add 1 and 2. So now we've added both these ingredients into the mix, and we'll cook this dish for further 5 to 10 minutes till the water gets partially evaporated. Okay, so we are in the final few minutes of the cook. As you can see, more than 50% of the water has now evaporated and the mushrooms are nicely cooked. I will wait for a little more water to evaporate, and I will let the mushrooms cook over the induction for a few more minutes after the turn off of the gas so that the water can evaporate further. We are very near to the end of the cook, and the mushroom masala is nearly done. Alright, so the item is now ready, and I'm going to pour it into the bowl, and you can now see how it looks at the end. I present to you my mushroom masala or gucci masala, and as you can see, it looks absolutely fantastic. Please remember to subscribe and follow me. My channel is called at Dr. Taher or Dr. Taher. Bye bye then.